What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How you feeling? Let's see those emojis flying. Let's see those positive comments. What are you grateful for today? I'm grateful that I'm not, man, I was sick as a dog yesterday, so I'm grateful that I'm not super sick anymore. I'm happy to be back here with you guys. We're going to be getting going here in about 7 minutes or so. We're timing this for the Hit Network 24-hour stream, so I'll be chatting with you here. But I want to know, what coins are you guys wanting to look at today? What are you seeing in the charts? What are you feeling? What are you buying? What are you selling? How are you feeling? Are you in the holiday spirit yet? Let me know what's going on with everybody here. Big love to each and every one of you. Again, we're going to be getting going here in just a moment. So definitely stay tuned. We got a lot of great stuff to cover today. And we're going to be jumping right in as soon as the stream goes live, right at 11:45, just like we planned. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're looking good. Yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead and change this right here. I just want to make sure everything's going well. There we go. Yeah, now, all right, let me see. Every one of you, I want to see if you are a member. Shout out to all the BitLab members here on the YouTube. Drop your Mr. Muchachos. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? What do you think the current rise, retrace, now rise again? Do you think we're going to be going back down? Do you think we're going to be going up? Let me know your thoughts. Rafiq Ghafoor says, good morning, everyone. Christmas vacation so I can stay up late and watch Kelly live. Rafiq, where are you tuned in from? In fact, everybody that's watching right now, where are you tuned in from? What city, what state, what country, and what are you doing right now? Are you you driving in your car? Are you laying in bed? You in your kitchen making breakfast? Let me know what you're doing. Dallas, Texas in the house. Let's see where everybody's from. Let's see if anybody's in the same area. San Bernardino. I love that area. Malaysia. Right on, man. I DJ'd in Malaysia a couple, like 6 years ago now. Watching you. Yeah, that's what you're doing right now for sure. Honolulu. Well, mahalo for being here. And what is it? Maliki Liki Maka. That's right. South Central Los Angeles. We got Keith, the Magic Cat from, is that? It looks like a British flag. It's very small. Shout out. I have said, damn, you've DJ'd everywhere. I DJ, yeah, I had a residency in Thailand, played all over, played in North Africa and Germany and played everywhere. Living on the moon, baby. Man. How are y'all's portfolios doing? Is anybody positive? Did anybody hold through all the craziness of 2022 and you just been riding and stacking in the process? Is anybody positive on their portfolio? I hope to see many of you are, because that means that you were adding and lowering your average entry in the recent bear market. Let me know. Just Jim says he's in Montana. You can see the tree line of the Yellowstone River from here. Hey, man, I went to Montana during the pandemic. Holy moly, what a beautiful, beautiful place. Daniel Hong said, in profit today, longing ICP since 10 USD DCA and finally in profit now. Awesome. I DCA'd all the way down through the bottom. I am green overall. Awesome, Crimson Caravan. I love to see that. And I see you've been posting some great trades in the Discord. So shout out to you, man. Big love to you. Alexandra G. Hey, hey. Now we got about a minute, a little over a minute. We're going to be getting going here. So I want to see everybody. We got 75 people waiting right now. Big love to each and every one of you, especially if you came over from Discover Crypto. Big love to you. If you're new here, we're about to break down these charts. I want everybody right now, drive some engagement, hit that like button, Subscribe if you haven't yet. Join us here. We got a wonderful, engaging, empowering, positive community. This is a drama-free zone. This is not a sideshow. This is not a reality show like some channels out there. This is all about breaking down those tools, resources, and strategies to dominate this market. So I want a roll call right now. If you are here, which we got over 70 people here right now, pre-stream, I want to see those emojis flying. I want to see a what's up. I want to see a fist. I want to see a bullish something. Everybody in here, let's get engaged. And I'm going to shout you out. We got Black Ice, Daniel Hong, Don Augustino, Augustin 96, Crimson Caravan, Jess Jim, Alexandra G, Black Ice 710, Falco. Who else we got? Crypto Chronic, Justin Eubanks, JS, Rafiq Ghafoor. We got the whole crew in the house, and we're about to get this going. See everybody flying in here. Sawtooth Hiker, I'm taking care of you today. Don't you worry about that. I got you. I got you, boo. Jeanette, what's up? How you doing? Now, everybody, if you're ready to get this going, let's get a thumbs up. Let's hit the like button. Let's get this going together. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're tuned in from. I'm feeling a lot better. I was not feeling good yesterday, so I'm happy I woke up this morning. I was not in a puddle of my own sweat, marinating like I was yesterday. Felt a lot better. I took care of myself yesterday. I got some green juice, took some vitamins, rested, and I just allowed my body to recollect itself so I could get back here for you, everybody here in the BitLab family. Big love to each and every one of you, especially all you that were here pre-stream. We had 70 to 80 people here just waiting to get going. So big love to all of you. Everybody right now, if you have not yet, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell, get involved. You're helping crypto as a whole when you engage with crypto content like this on YouTube. If this is your first time, I can guarantee you this is not going to be your last time. My name is Kellam. Welcome to the BitLab stream. Shout out Alexander G, just gifted 5 memberships to all you lovely monkeys out there. Big love to you. We got, Tiggle Biddies, you got a membership. Jeanette, you got a membership. The Dusty Hunt, you got a membership. Steve B, what's up? CT, also big love to each and every one of you. I appreciate you all. We got some stuff to talk about today. The market moving up and down and sideways. Where is it going? What is going on? Looking at the chart right now. Let's dive right on into it. This level is what we're really looking for. This is nothing if we have not attacked this level right here, 44,600. Similarly, we moved to the downside, but did anything change? Price came down. It basically just tested a level. It looks like an arbitrary level, but if you ever look at a chart and you figure out why did I have a line there? Go on the macro. Let's go out to the daily. Double click here on the sidebar. It puts you in auto mode. Zoom out. We see that this level has been an important level all the way through. And all we're doing right now is the price action did break through this. We came back. We've tested this twice now. As it stands, this is actually looking both bullish. It's looking, I was going to say bullish and bearish. It's looking like it could go either way. That's right. I'm going to be an analyst that says that. But it also looks a bit like a bull pennant or a bull flag because we have this sort of setup right here. So what I'm really watching right now is, are there more signs? I'm getting some dings in my ear. Just want to make sure I don't have any issue. Live alerts. Get better soon. Yeah. Okay, awesome. I think everything's good. Everybody throw a 1 in chat if audio, visual, everything is looking good, sounding good, feeling good. Just want to make sure that there's no issues with the audio because I had a bunch of dings in my ear there for a second. Where's my mouse at? There we go. Okay, everything's looking good, sounding good. Thank you all very much. Got 104 people in the room, only 34 likes. What are you doing? Hit that like button. And if you're on your phone, exit out of the chat, hit the subscribe button, join us in our family. This is a warm place. It's going to put a spark in your day on a daily basis. Now, what we're looking at here is no structure has changed. Now people get scared here, and then they get excited here, then they get scared here, and they get excited here. If you're looking at a very small chart, but when you're looking at this on a daily, nothing has changed. What I'm still watching is what I'm still watching for is this zone right here, the CME gap that is directly below us, and it may or may not get hit in the near future. But I do think it will likely get filled before we have the halving. So even if we push up from here, I'm still watching for this down in the zone. But as we stand right now, things feel like they're getting more and more bullish by the day, but we're also coming into the end of the year. We're 1-0 smooth. I don't know what 1-0 smooth means, but hope everything's good. And Alexander G, I love this community also. Big love to everybody here. Now, nothing's changed here. Now, I will say, looking here on the daily, we got the stochastics came down, fully reset. And if we zoom out on this, I just want you to notice the RSI has come down. And it bounced here about the 46 level. It got a little lower, bounced here at the 44, but we're getting a lower high here. We're going to want to watch what happens with the RSI here. Are we holding this 45 to 50% sort of range and then moving back up? Or is this going to lose this level, signaling general trend weakness? If we, one would argue once you break below 50, you've gotten kind of in that zone. And in this case, we came up, rejected, came up again, rejected. We really want to watch what happens here with the strength. We do have positive money flow here on the daily, but it does look like it's trying to arc down a little bit. So let's pay attention to what is going on here. On the 6 hour, we can see this is kind of rolling over here. Are we seeing some weakness coming into the trend? Now, if this does, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world, because we have levels marked out on the chart. We have levels marked out on the chart. I like your hair, she said. Well, I appreciate you for that. Now we can see if this does break down from here, we have a couple levels that we can watch. This weekly VWAP at 41,797. If we come down and bounce here, this is also in line with where these range lows were just previously. So if we bounce here and come back up, I would expect a breakout of this. If we lose this and come down to this level, then we're watching for on any retrace here. If we get rejected below these lows, same area, about 41.6, and then come down and break down to come down into 39,600 region. This is that CME gap that we were talking about. Yes, that's what we're watching for. We're trying to figure out where the probabilities are stacking. So let's go through some of the things that I wanted to go through today. And if you haven't yet, make sure you head over to the BitLab Academy page here at Academy BitLab. Hit that follow, hit that retweet, hit that like button. Get involved, help spreading the word where they can find, to your friends and family, where they can find good crypto content. Now, if you haven't yet, make sure you follow me too here at Kellam, Kelly, Kellam. But a couple things I want to point out. I talked about this on the Discover Crypto show, and that is these wallet addresses with over 10,000 Bitcoin. These are pretty big cohorts. Think about it. 10,000 Bitcoin is it's more than a little bit of pocket change. These people have a big impact on what's happening in the market, because when they are reducing or dumping, it can signal a shift in trend, but it doesn't have to happen immediately. When we're looking right here at these two teal markers, we can see when they started reducing the amount of supply that they were holding, market still was pushing up. But this was in the face of a very strong bullish trend. And what this means is they're exiting their positions, are taking some profit, not entirely, but taking some profit on much lower price entries that they had. And basically the retail becomes the exit liquidity, giving this large movement to the upside. But then what happens is we get a disproportionate number of weaker hand holders that are buying somewhere here, meaning they don't have a lot of market understanding of market cycles. And so when you get a little bit of volatility, there's no pressure to continue it, because then people get scared and the market ends up falling. Okay. Similarly, we also see this right here. Everybody was shocked right here when we had the price action. Just, we had a descending triangle, descending level of resistance, flat level of support. The market bottom fell out, and then the price action went sideways and then ultimately came up. But what I want to point to is these three right here. This is in the start of a new bullish trend. We had a huge reduction in right here. Price action went sideways. This was just following the FTX collapse. So it begs the question, what the impact on price was going to be. And it was somewhat negligible right here as price action went sideways, because we were near a market cycle bottom. And then price action came up. And then we had right here a large reduction into this zone right here. And then once that was done, price action moved up. And a little bit of a sell-off here. But now, as price action is pushed up, we're seeing a pretty significant drop right here in the wallet holders of over 10,000. Now, this I would call this, I would not use this as a signal to buy or sell at the moment, because we are at the start of a very strong bullish trend. And we even see, like back here, we had a large reduction, price action was still coming up because interest is coming back into the market. We're getting to those levels where it's in the news all the time, and we haven't even broken through the golden pocket yet at $48,000. But there's interest coming back in the market. The spot ETF news is making it be on, the news media, mainstream news media on a regular basis. There's a lot of positive things happening right now, and the price action has moved significantly this year. If we come back and we go to the daily and we just look at this year, okay, where's December 1st? Boom, right here. Okay, so from December 1st, let's kind of zoom out just a little bit. Let me double click here. Oh, there we go. So from December 1st, this year, boom, where's December 1st? Right here. Okay. We are up. Right. That's 156% up. So it makes sense. It makes sense on this movement from all the way back here, all the way up into where we're at right here. Makes sense there's a little bit of profit taking, especially from those larger position holders. It's not the end of the world. Now, if we start seeing a huge change in dynamic, when we're looking at, for instance, when we're looking at the exchange net position change right here, if we start seeing a huge sort of flip back into a lot of coins coming back onto exchange, I would be a little worried that a drop may be coming. But things right now feel like everybody wants to be very bullish, but it feels like people are kind of hedging themselves a little bit, which is why you're not seeing markets move either direction. They're having little chops right now, taking advantage of fear, FOMO, hope, and greed. So don't get chopped out. Find your identify your positions and take advantage of those, because this is also shown right here. A lot of people coming into profit, coming up on 90% of supply is in profit. And in previous cycles, we can see here, this is just pre-halving. The halving was right here. We pushed up into this over 90% zone, and we got a little bit of a pullback. If we look at this on the market, if we look at this on the charts, this would be right here. Okay, so this, let's see what that pullback was. So right here, press shift, click on the chart, come down. I need to get a little bit larger. There we go. Oops. Where'd it go? There we go. So we want to go shift from the top, from the wick there, all the way to the bottom there. That's a 40% drop. 40% drop when the number of coins in supply, where were we at? The number of coins in supply hit 90%. We ended up getting a 40% drop. Here, similarly, we got up in that 90% region, and the price had a pretty significant pullback. And this are two different levels. I think this is 50%, and then this is like 80%. This was the black swan. So we could even do it conservatively, looking at the 50%. Either way, both times pre-halving, when we got up in this number of this percentage of supply and profit, we saw a pretty significant pullback pre-halving, which a lot of people are expecting. So some could argue that if everybody's expecting that, maybe it won't happen. But the point here, when we're doing analysis, when we're recording path cannot. Oh, I can't record. Dang. When we're doing analysis, you have to account for all possibilities: upside, downside, sideways. And while we use historical analysis to give us an idea of what may be possible, it doesn't mean it has to happen. So you need to listen to people that say it could go up, it could go down, it could go sideways, because what that means is they're accounting for, if it goes up, I'm looking at these levels and this is my strategy. If it goes down, I already have something mapped out how I can take advantage of it. If it goes sideways, I can make sure that I don't succumb to the fear, FOMO, hope, and greed of this trend, and I can identify that it's a sideways range. What's the support? What's the resistance? How do I account for if I'm going to swing trade that, scalp trade it, or just be patient and allow myself the opportunity to accumulate if it does break down? Do you see what I mean? So coming back into this chart, this is saying a lot of stuff's in profit, but this does not mean we cannot still go up. It just suggests that previously when we hit this level, we did have a bit of a correction. Now, when we're looking at the price action here, come back over to the current come back over to the current level that we're at, what we just saw was not a correction. This is not a correction. A correction would be, one of those things down, more than 15%. I would say like 22 to 30%. So from the top here, 15%, look at that. That comes right to these previous range highs in the 37.7 sort of range. That would be accounting for a decent sort of pullback. That would be a minimum sort of pullback I'd be looking for. In reality, I'd be looking something more like here into the 20% range that takes us all the way down into the 34,000. And this is, I feel like, would be the best opportunity zone getting into that 20 to 30% range pullback from this recent high. Now, again, I'm saying this doesn't have to happen. I'm saying if I see this, can I be prepared for the eventuality that price does come down into these zones versus looking at this and going, oh, it's a bull flag, it's only going up, and then it drops. It's like, damn, I didn't take advantage of the price action on the downside. Now, the upside option is, remember, this very well could just chop sideways. I mean, we saw this in previous, look at this, chopping sideways, and then it kind of ended up breaking down. But there's a lot of chop. Markets can go sideways longer than people want sometimes. This might be a bull flag that turns into a sideways range, that turns into something that dips, fakes you out, and then continues to the upside. Right now, we are coming into the most exciting portion of the market because of where we know. That's not what I want to look at. Hold on, BitLab. Bitcoin strategy. There we go. We're coming into this most exciting part of the market, understanding of where we're at in relationship to the halving. So we get a lot of price action move up and move down into this halving, and all the two previous cycles, and now coming into the third one. What's going to happen here? If we do push up, I think we still will have a bit of a sell-off, even if we have the ETF approvals. Think about what happened with gold. Gold had a large push up and then like a multi-month sell-off before it went on for like 8 years in just an uptrend. So if I had to bet, I would think that we get some sort of pullback before and then rise out, a little bit of consolidation and rise out of this. So let's kind of go on with a couple other things I wanted to talk about. And then we're going to do some TA. So everybody here right now, we got 121 people in the room, only 47 likes. What do you hit the like button? Show crypto some love. It's the best way to make crypto go up is showing engagement on these channels. But we're going to be doing some TA. So all you members out there, let me know what coins you want to be looking at, and I'll try to get through some TA. And Alex Green, you're doing a member stream in the Discord later. Let me know if that's correct, because I saw one scheduled. If so, I'm going to hop on that stream with you. We'll do it together. And that will be for the YouTube members. We'll be streaming it there as well, and in Discord if that's the case. But awesome. Yeah, we're going to do it together. So all you YouTube members, you're going to be able to get access to it too. And we'll dual stream that in the Discord as well. So everybody, let me know what coins you're looking at, what you want to look at. And I'm going to cover 2 or 3 things real quick, and then we'll jump into that TA. So everybody get involved and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I want to see everybody getting involved in this chat. This is a community. This isn't me just talking at you. And remember, I got a bigger monitor now so I can see your chat. Smash, smash, smash that like button. That's right. All right. This is beautiful. Human Rights Foundation grants $500,000 to 18 Bitcoin projects worldwide. Recipients will use the grant to focus on furthering global Bitcoin education, Bitcoin core development, and mining, decentralization, and more. This is huge. These are, large organizations globally that are recognizing the benefit of Bitcoin, banking the unbanked. Also, the power of it is that it's agnostic to any local government or control by any individual person or party. It's these types of nods that we're going to continue seeing the dominoes fall in institutions and people. And BlackRock, a lot of those dominoes have already fallen, and we're going to see more and more. So the further you can get yourself involved and integrated in the space, in the education, tuning into things like this or jumping into bitlabacademy.com and not only going through the courses, but being involved in our Discord. We have such a wonderful Discord with so many great traders and charts and signals and feedback. And we are ahead of the curve. Now, right now, bull flag consolidation for the total 3, this is all the crypto market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, is at a logical resistance level. And we do have a little bit of you see this a little bit, yes, it's a bull flag, but we are getting a little bit of a rejection here Could this turn into a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, marking a huge push coming? It very well may be, but as it stands right now, we need to see which direction this price or this signal breaks out of this, whether it breaks down or whether it breaks up. But things are setting up. We're coming into such exciting territory on this marker right now. And of course, I'm sure you all saw this yesterday, but we're going to start seeing not just this, we're going to be seeing so many different advertisements coming out very soon because there's 13 different Bitcoin spot ETFs that are basically on the docket to potentially be approved in Q1. And guess what? We're at the very end of Q4 right now. We're coming into the end of this year, end of tax harvesting, end of confusion about where we're at in the market because this halving is right around the corner and these Bitcoin spot ETFs are going to need to be approved. And not only that, we have this huge information, this huge court case with Coinbase and the SEC about all their, basically regulation through regulation by enforcement and whether that is going to continue to be the case or not. And I think if Coinbase wins that, which I think is kind of getting likely at this point, I think that's going to be a big catalyst for the market as well. Now, I also want to point to something bullish here before we move forward. Let's look at this chart. 2014 to 2015, altcoin market, consolidation, rip. 2018 to 2020, dip here, consolidation. Will we get another rip? Are we going to see huge gains in altcoins? I do think that is coming. Yes, everybody thinks that huge gains are there. If you're new in this market, you will not know that the gains that we've seen so far are nothing in comparison to what's coming. And it's important that we diversify our portfolio correctly. Yeah, Myria going to hit $1, says Kyle Owen. So we can look at Myria too here. PHX says SWI, NEAR, and XRP. Let's start with that. Let's look at those. Let's look at those coins. Let's do some TA. Let's get it. Let's break it down. So what was it? SWI. What were the three coins? SWI. Where did you go? SWI, NEAR, and XRP. All right. So SWI, NEAR. Just gonna get them up now because I'll forget. And actually put this here. Sweet. And this one we'll do XRP, and then we'll go on to another three after this. So NEAR, start it here because it's top right corner. This is looking, first glance, this is looking very nice. Large bullish impulse. It looks like we broke out of a bit of a range right here. Downtrend resistance in this zone. Still a little bit sick, so I apologize about that. Broke out of this sort of range. We came up to this larger sort of trend line here. Broke out of this as well. You see how we had a little bit of hesitation here. Dipped back down, pushed up and out. We kind of been defying the trend here with the bearish divergence here, and the price just says the market pressures are too high, even with divergences. And we've had positive money flow here throughout. And look at all this green right here. All this green on the BitLab trend fuel. This means all the different signals that are within the BitLab trend fuel. Quick look. Are they in a bullish posture, neutral posture, or bearish? Of course, you can guess. Green is bullish, bearish is red, and neutral is gray. So this is looking relatively healthy right now. And this is looking like it's attempting a breakout. If we look at this, this would be a measurement from there to there. We got a bit of a bull flag. Oh, damn it. Where are we at? Bit of a bull flag right there. And this is looking like it's trying to get a bit of a breakout here. Where's this line at? And look at this. Stochastics are relatively low. They pushed up and they came back and tested. Look at that, right at the 50, and are trying to angle up. Looks like the momentum wave is curving, which is positive. Money flow staying up and positive money flow, and all this bullishness right here. This is telling me that it's going to make a run. It's attempting. We're getting positive volume here too. This is telling me that if we're able to break free of this sort of zone here, this 242, this 242, 243 zone, that we can make this run for 262. And if we take that out, then if we zoom out here, this up here at 262, if we're able to take that out, then the next level up is likely up here at 334. But we have to be careful because looking at this on using just candle formations, this is looking like it's trying to have maybe a potential retest here before that move happens. And we're going to watch if this does roll over and come down and test this. Can we hold this, or is this going to break down and come back down and test the 209? So although there are some signals, the underlying strength signals are suggesting that this may be trying to make the move. Note that on these candles are not able to push up and even take out the wicks here. And we do have a spinning top, this spinning top here where we have a small bottle and equals a small body and equal size wicks both up and down. And this is still currently, we got, let's see, 6 hours left on that. What's it looking like on the 2 hour? So on the 2 hour, this looks like it tried to make a little bit of a test, and we held the 20 moving average. So we're going to want to watch what happens in the next two candles here on the 2 hour. If this comes back down, we're going to want to watch that it holds this level. If this does kind of just come like this, we have the big wick comes here. If this is able to push back up, again, we're watching that 242, 244 region. We have these giant order blocks, though, that we're contending with. So there's been a lot of selling pressure once we've gotten up into these levels each time. So this is looking like it's trying to decide if it wants to retest this or not. That's what I'm seeing on NEAR. What do we see on SUI? SUI, do you guys call it SUI or SUI? Let me know what you think in the chat. My nose is just running from all this coughing the last 2 days. We can look at Adina for sure. Now look at this. Big move to the downside, V-shaped recovery back up. We had a wick up and then the bears took it back down. So this candle, as it stands right now, we've not been able to, on a candle closing basis, have not been able to close above this previous high. So this is kind of indicating to me that this potentially may be a little bit of a trap to come back down. Maybe, just maybe, if this is able to come down and find support somewhere in this region and come back up, maybe we form a little bit of a head and shoulders. Inverted head and shoulders. But as it stands right now, this is not clear. Let's go out to the daily and see what we're looking at. On the daily, this is looking like a rounding top. This is looking like a rounding top. Why do I say that? Because we have a big bullish impulse, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. You see what I'm seeing here? And so the highs here start rounding like this. We're going to want to watch here. If this ends up being a lower high in this region, we're going to want to watch for a lower low and potentially coming down to test this zone down here in the 44 cents, which in all honesty, it would be great. Let me know in the chat right now. Would it upset you if the market pulled back right now? Let me know. Would it upset you if the market pulled back right now? For me, if the market pulled back right now, I would be jumping at the opportunity to take advantage of the lower prices. And when I see something like this and say, this doesn't mean it has to come down. This is just suggesting the structure is forming a narrative that the bulls might be getting a little bit exhausted. And so if the bears take their shot and come down and test, I would say right here, I'd be looking for a buy opportunity there, and I'd have another buy opportunity there. So at the 51 cents and the 44 sort of cents. Why? Because this is a high, this is the low. You see these two things in correspondence with each other. Confluence gives me an idea that that's a likely level for price to interact with if the price does drop. So let's do option F, Alt F if you're on PC. And look at that. Right in the zone, we have the golden pocket, right where this bounced and right where this rejected. So this is the zone I'd be watching, that 50 cent mark on SUI. Now let's look at XRP. XRP got all that news, and then it's just back in June, in July, and it just hasn't really been able to. It's just being held hostage by the rest of the market. So we got that descending resistance line above us right now. This is looking kind of like a descending line with a flat bottom support. I hope this doesn't happen and then a breakdown. What does it look like on the 3-day? Too many lines on this chart. Let's clean this thing up. It's Sometimes he's got too many lines. So we got negative money flow here. RSI is angled to the downside. Stochastics came down. It looked, if I had to guess, this is probably going to test lower back down into the 48 cent sort of range. And if we lose that, then down in this region down here into the 38s. If we're able to push up, the market just gets positive news and we get a rip. Then I'm watching on this breakout to the upside, this zone right here in the 79 cent range. This is a candle body closes here on the 3-day. This is the last place we had high volume. See right here, we had high volume come up, and then we had the stopping volume candle right here, this yellow candle. So I'd be watching this 80 cent mark. If we are able to take this out, then I think that we're going to be coming up to attack. Maybe not quite the $1.30, but I think dollar is going to be a good number to watch for some selling pressure on this if it were to happen. Now, if this does break down from here, again, I'm looking for opportunity here at the 48 cents and then maybe down here in that lower zone that I was talking about before, the 40 cents. So that's what I'm seeing on XRP. Now, let's get back and look at some of the other big doggies. Let's look at Cardano. How's our girl doing? Cardano, look at that, came up, rejected right at the point of control here, this teal line that comes across right here on the BitLab volume. Now we're looking at the, let's look at the daily first. And this is looking, this is kind of, it's very bullish with this impulse to the upside. And we're finding support on this 20 moving average and EMA ribbon dynamic support zone, the shaded area below. We come down, test the trend signal line, push up, come down, find support on the 20 moving average, which is this light line right here in the EMA ribbon. We push up, but now we've lost it. And now we're using it as rejection. I still think, and everybody's going to hate me for saying this, I think we're going to get some sort of correction broadly on the market. If this does push up more, I just think that correction is delayed. I do think it's coming, but I don't know, because looking here on the daily, this is kind of breaking down a small, I won't call it breakdown, a small retrace, but it's still finding support here in this dynamic support zone, and the stochastics have come relatively low here. Now, if we get down to the 4-hour, yeah, you see, this is not giving clear signal. There's a lot of bearish signals here on these small low retraces. But we haven't broken structure. But what I will say is, much like I said on Discover Crypto with Tia, it looks like we have a little bit of a inverted, a head and shoulders here. We have a shoulder, head, shoulder. It's a little lopsided, but it doesn't mean, I mean, my right leg is a lot shorter than my left. So I stand a little lopsided. So maybe it's a Kelly head and shoulders, you know what I mean? Two different length legs. And if this is the case, what do? We measure from the top of this to the neckline. This is a neckline where we find support, 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 support. Now this can be drawn a little bit differently. There we go. Then this would be the measurement down would take us down here. Look at this, right under these previous highs here, option J. So if this were to happen, if this were to take place, it may mean we're going to have an opportunity down here in the 45 cent zone. So even if you don't agree with this and you're ultimately super bullish, this is why it pays to have dry powder on the sidelines. Because even if you're ultimately very bullish, if the market goes against your bullish thesis, you can still have a buy order, a stop limit buy order in the charts. So if the price action does come down here, yes, you want it to go up, but if it comes down here, boom, you could take advantage and scoop in on that trade. 169 people in the room, only 66 likes. Thank you, everybody that's hit that like button. It really does help the channel grow. It also helps crypto grow in the mainstream media, because yes, YouTube is mainstream now. Everybody's on YouTube. So if you like crypto, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and join us. But this is what it's saying. The head and shoulders here. See this attempt higher, lower, higher, now lower again. And this is testing this previous range right here. If we cannot hold this zone right here, about 56, 58, ultimately a fake out. Watch this. Ultimately, potentially a fake out. Even if we lose this, market makers know this. People are going to go absolutely short as soon as we break this. But we have these lows right here, which also have an order block right here. So you're going to watch a little bit of a bounce here. And if we reject here, in which case we've got a little bit of a contention here and then the target all the way down here. So this is where you give yourself the opportunity to break up your entries, or if you're shorting this, break up your take profits into these zones right in here. But then you can also remember, go out and use Uncle Fib. You got to pull that happy fib. Let's do it from this level right here. Option F, this to the top. Boom. Now we got the, look at this point. Look at this target goes right to the 0.786. And we have the 0.5 somewhere right in here. So you could argue that you could move your take profits or entries somewhere about right in here and somewhere just short of this 786 level and ultimately that target that we're looking at. Now I want things to go up, but I do think that a little bit of a correction is in store. If this does break to the upside, let's talk about that. Cardano. If this does find support somewhere in this region and push up, we got to first take out the 62 cents level, as well as these two order blocks are in here. So if this does push up and take these out, we're going to have to contend with the break of 67, 68 cents. And then it's kind of, I don't want to say off to the races from there, but it's obviously continuation higher. 1.618, it's up here at 75 cents. 2.618, it's at 86 cents. So let's see. Option H. Now we can go out to a larger chart and see if those levels correspond with any previous price action that makes sense. And look at that. The 1.618 is also these previous lows. You see what I did there? I took a measurement on fib extensions from this without trying to be biased and create something. I took a measurement from the high to the low and took the basically retracement with the extensions on it. I marked out where they are, and then I zoomed out on a larger chart, on a more macro chart, and said, do these levels correspond with something that say this is a good area to watch? And on that measurement, it shows that this was also the previous lows of this range. And so we're going to want to watch this area when price action on Cardano does push to the upside. There likely will be a little bit of a chore right here at 75 cents. Breaking it down today, guys. Let's see. We got, what else do we want to look at? Oh, we got to look at AVAX. AVAX. How many of you out there are AVAX holders? Let me know if you're an AVAX holder. Let me know. And what price did you buy it at? I'm having to blow my nose. Damn. AVAX. So we're on the daily. Yeah, look at this. Coming right up into this zone. What is this measurement? This is a 382. I can move this. Came right up into the 382, got rejected. There's also a large order block that's here on the chart. Average entry, Crimson Caravan said 1150, right on. So everybody watching, out of every coin that you bought, what coin did you get the best entry on that is now performing, you know, that's got you in profit? And I'm not talking about from leverage. I'm talking about you bought it at a great price and it's up significantly. Everybody, 25 more likes will hit 100 likes. Shout out to Alexander G calling that out. All right, so we got this price action pushing up. We had this bull flag right here and then explosion up. Interestingly, if you measure this, option T, I do it from this sort of hesitation. We can do it from the bottom, why not? We see that this came a little bit short of that, but the price action was telling you that it was trying to break out further. Now we're up here in the 382. Alexander G says ADA and GRT. How many of you guys hold GRT? I think GRT is going to perform really well in the next cycle. That's the graph. God dang it, my nose just keeps running. My nose is raw from blowing it all day yesterday. So 382, we're pushing up. We got, look at all this money flow on the daily coming in positive, and we getting, look at this. This is kind of what we want to see if we want to see upward continuation. We got the momentum rolling over, and we have the stochastics essentially trying to reset The RSI is coming back down. We're getting a little bit of bearishness, but in all of this, we're not seeing a huge drop. So this is showing underlying strength on AVAX, and they've been announcing different partnerships, and I just think it's going to be a really strong chain. I think AVAX is going to perform very well as well. Alex Green says he has 2 GRT from the free stuff I did in Coinbase over 2 years ago. Hey, 2. I don't think 2 is going to make you rich, but hey, at least you're holding it. Now, on this, what do we look for? Well, we're on the daily. Let's get down to the 4-hour and the 2-hour. So this is looking like, yes, it is rounding a little bit, but this is looking a little healthier than it's similar, but it's looking a little healthier than Cardano was, other than the fact that we have a lower low here followed by a lower high. So, man, these things, these coins, it's like they do everything they can to just make it unclear right now. So we got a little bit of a momentum wave back up, but look at this. If you really look at this, this is starting to curve. See this? This is like this, and it's starting to curve. So potentially, we're getting a little bit of a rejection here, potentially, and the RSI is angled to the downside. This is on the 4-hour. So maybe a little bit of a move to the downside before up if we lose this level. And this is right at the point of control right here. So if we lose this 39, 38 area, watch for a potential fake out first right here before we come up. And at this level, if this happens, if this rejection comes down, I think we're coming back down here into the 31 sort of zone, and then potentially even lower 27. If this does hold here and push up, then we need to take out $42 and then come to the upside. Now, if we come down to the 1-hour, what's some more local signal? What's the local signal telling us? Local signal is telling us for the downside. So I could see that on the 4-hour time frame because that curving, it was convex, shape where this was, rather than see how this is speeding up towards the 0 line, it was curving the opposite direction, suggesting that it may be rolling over. And here on the 1-hour, we see it clearly. A lot of bearishness throughout the signals. Money flow is coming out negative. The momentum is about to cross the 0 line. I'm watching for that break and seeing what happens coming down to potentially test those levels that we were just talking about. How's Quant doing? Quant, you see, man, this market's telling me things might be a little bit of a correction in store for everything happening. Look at this. Rejection. Look at this fake out. Gets people all right here. Oh, I got to get it before it breaks out. Well, you didn't wait for a push up, breakdown, continuation. Remember, you want to see rise, retrace, continuation. That's your confirmation signal. People jumping in just because it broke a trend line, you're not doing yourself any services. All you're doing is donating your money to the game. Now here on the 1-hour, look at this. This is an acceleration. So what we're going to want to watch here on this Fibonacci, we're coming right down into the golden pocket. We could do 2 zones too, because the wick and the candle bodies. So we're really watching this 105 to 106 sort of zone. If this can find support here, watch when it comes back up into the zone, if it does. If we lose this, I'm watching for a potential price action coming back down into the 104s. We have 2 order blocks right down in this zone. Ultimately, I think Quant's going to do fairly quite well in this next market as well. Market cycle, I should say. But we are seeing a little bit more concern for a little bit further pullback. Still sick. We talked about GRT. Let's look at GRT. And where are we at? Let's do AGIX first, since I just saw that. Where is... Saw it somewhere. Okay, screw you, computer. Can't find anything with my eyeballs. Coming into a local known level. Look at that. Reject, reject, reject. We cannot hold this 31 cents, 31.24. I do think that we're going to be testing back a bit lower. This is AGIX on the 1-hour. Negative money flow. This is looking like it's trying to arc back over, but it's just a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders right here, though. but it got rejected. So if we lose this and come further down, this inverted head and shoulders is invalidated. This is the shoulder. This is the head. This is a potential shoulder. So if we lose this level, that's invalidated. And I think we are going to be testing this region first, this point of control, 30.5 cents. If we lose that, luckily back down here into the 28. If we do break out of this, then the measure move on that would be right in here, up into the 36 sort of cent range. GRT was the one that we wanted to look at as well. Tried to be an inverted head and shoulders, but this is not any longer. This is kind of breaking down a bit too far right now. So what we want to watch for, right now we're passing the 382, but this is starting to arc out a little bit. What's it looking like on the 4 hour? So it tried to make its move, and look at this. Look at where price went to. Pushed up, previous low range, kind of pushed into it a little bit, and now it's breaking back down. So I'm watching this golden pocket right here that's in line with what we were just seeing. See this point of control on this view right here, right in line with the golden pocket. If the price action can find some support here, then this would be great. And then a continuation to the upside. But we have these two order blocks down in here that I think very likely this will kind of probably test into these regions down here at the 786 or below. So again, I think all in all, markets are looking ripe for bullish action, but I think part of that bullish action is going to be a little bit of a reset to scare some people. So that means be a little cautious right now. Ethereum rejecting here. Got a little bit of a bull. I won't even call this a bull flag. It's starting to look like a falling wedge because this is now almost as long as this was tall. I'm looking for this to likely come down back here into the 2050s sort of zone. Ultimately, and this would probably take some time. Push down here, reject, coming down into this zone. If we do push up, I think this is going to be a little bit range bound for a little bit. But if we do push up and take this out, then I'll be watching the 2330 sort of zone, which is not only this high right here, it's also all these lows right here. So this is going to be a big zone for us to break through 2330. And then I think if we're able to, we may have a little bit of a hurdle here at 2400. But I think that if the markets are kind of doing that and ripping up into the zone, I think there's going to be a much bigger move after. But everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Make sure if you haven't yet, you go over to our Discord. I just want to shout some things out here. John Dalton, make sure you're following all of his trades here in the Discord. Him and Corduroy have been sharing some great stuff here in the Discord, here in the alt spot trades, also Jim chat, also Jim calls, also scalps. There's been a lot of really great calls in here that have just, I mean, one of the best benefits of being a BitLab member of bitlabacademy.com, because not only do you have all the courses, not only do you have all the courses that you can go through, and we're about to update a bunch more stuff in there, but also you have access to all the stuff that we have, all the calls and trades and setups and the live member streams that we do here in this. So make sure you head over to bitlabacademy.com. When you get there, come up here, hit that enroll now, join us. That's all I got. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Hope you don't get sick like I did. And if you did, you heal quickly. Hit that subscribe button right now if you haven't yet. Join us here. Join us here in this community. Hit the like button. Everybody, that's all I got. Now you get the song. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. Hit that like button, sucker.